morning. Oh my goodness, I look sleepy. How about this ponytail? Good morning. I don't know why a lot of people haven't been getting live notifications. I don't know what is going on with Facebook, honestly. Good morning. Waterloo. Waterloo. From the Netherlands. How interesting. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. So, how many of you saw the Breaking In trailer on Scandal last night? How exciting was that? I missed it because I was on set. But so many people messaged me and said, girl, I just saw your movie trailer on on Scandal. And that is so exciting to me. We're less than a month away. Today's Friday the 13th. But all is well. I can't complain. It's my last day of shooting. We wrap the Baxters today. First season of the Baxters. So exciting. And so I'm just, it's a good time. I'm excited to go home. It sucks because I'm taking the red eye tonight and flying into Atlanta. And then I have like a 2.5 hour layover in Atlanta. And then I go home and go right to the soccer field. I'm going to be so tired tomorrow, y'all. But anyway, morning, boo. Boop, boop. All right, so did you guys get a live notification this morning? Because I'm trying to get these notifications to work. I don't know what is going on. But I wanted to explain something to you about something I learned in marriage counseling. That also I am able to apply to friendships. So turns out that I was constantly frustrated with Michael in our marriage. And I didn't really understand why. I was just always frustrated. Frustrated that I was telling him things and he wasn't doing what I wanted him to do. He wasn't loving me the way I needed him to love me. I felt like every time we went one step forward, we went 2 steps back. I felt like a lot of times with Michael, I was spinning my wheels. And through marriage counseling, I learned that what I do in my marriage and a lot of my friendships is that I was loving selfishly, not selflessly. I was not willing to love people the way they needed to be loved. And in turn, they couldn't love me the way I needed to be loved. I put a lot of conditions on my love. I said a lot of things like, I sacrificed everything to be with you. I live in Alabama. I'm away from my family, which then put him on the defense. And he felt he had to justify this life that he had built for us. When you are in the space where you are loving selfishly, a lot of times you lose the ability to see what the other person needs because it's about you. It's about what you're not getting, what you're missing, what you've given up. Your mindset becomes not what you have, but not what you have in the friendship or what you have in the relationship, but what sacrifices you've made to get there. And when my therapist mentioned to me, like, you don't love Michael the way he needs to be loved. You love him incredibly selfishly. And because of that, he's not capable of loving you the way you need to be loved because he's always on the defense. And then I started with the whole, well, why should I be the one to make change? Why should I be the one to acquiesce to my needs and my wants to fix this? And my therapist said, because you are the one who is most aware that you are not getting what you want in the relationship. And what he was saying to me was, you have the most discomfort in this relationship. Michael has figured out a way to be happy operating at 50%. You are not. You are unhappy in this marriage. So if you want to fix it, the change has to come from you. And I was like, hold on, I'm muting people. Guys, if you post stupid things like there's a spider on your ceiling, or where's your couch, or like that guy, spider on your ceiling, so we're just going to block people. So just so you know, like, if you post those things, you're just getting blocked. I digress. What I was able to see is, okay, so I'm the one who's most unhappy. I'm the one with all the complaining. I'm the one that's constantly saying, I made all the sacrifices. I'm not getting what I want. Look what I've given to be in this relationship. Look what I've given up, right? I was always looking at what I gave up to make it work. And Michael had figured out a way to be very happy, or moderately happy, operating at 50%. And so I was like, okay, I have to start over. I have to love him the way he needs to be loved. And that will turn the tides in our relationship and allow him to love me the way I need to be loved. And the hardest part for me was feeling like I had lost the battle, feeling like I had to make the change after I had given up so much to be in the relationship. And then I realized, you know what? Everybody makes sacrifices. It's not about me. It cannot be me versus him. It has to be us versus the world. And I'll tell you, for my personality, it is super hard for me to say, okay, I will start the change with me. I will start the change with me because I want results. My end goal is for us to be happy together. So I will start the change with me. And once I started loving him selflessly and not selfishly, he started to open up. He started to make changes. Now listen, he's an old dog who learns new tricks very slowly. But he did start, he really did start to love me differently. And I noticed also, I was doing it in friendships. I was putting huge guilt blocks on people that I was friends with. If I didn't want them to do something, if I didn't want them to live a certain way or behave a certain way, I was loving them selfishly. I will only love you through this if you do it the way I want you to do it, if you make the decisions I want you to make. And it turns out people don't want to be emotionally controlled. It doesn't feel good. In the beginning, it feels like help. In the beginning, it feels like advice. But eventually, my advice was becoming emotional manipulation. And you have to have a lot of self-awareness to be aware of that. So you have to start saying, Tiffany, how does this person need to be loved? What is a way that I can love them with really no expectation of anything for myself in return? How can I pour into them and love them through whatever for them, not at all for me? It is the hardest thing to do. Hardest thing to do. But once you figure it out, you start to see people blossom. You start to see them open up. You start to see them love differently, and you will achieve the results you want. I am telling you now that loving people selflessly will never, ever give you the results you want. They will always be defensive. They will always feel emotionally controlled or manipulated. They will never truly, they may temporarily give you what you want because they want to shut you up or get you off their back, but they will never, ever, ever pour into you or love you the way you desire to be loved wholeheartedly. Genuinely, it will always be a band-aid to get you to stop your behavior. And I'm telling y'all now, I can speak from experience because I was doing this. It's just something to think about, really. Like, you're not getting what you want out of friendships or relationships. How are you loving? How are you stepping into that role? How are you stepping in as a girlfriend, in as a fiance, in as a wife, in as a friend? What energy are you bringing? What expectations are you bringing? If you are expecting them to understand that you've sacrificed so much, you've given so much, you're just going to put them on the defense. And they're never going to love you the way you want to be loved. Hold on one second. I'm telling you, it was eye-opening for me. Tiffany, you are not the only one, baby. All right. But how do you know how to love them the way they want to be loved? Christina, a lot of times you can take clues about how they respond to certain things. Michael doesn't like to be pressed. He doesn't like to be asked a lot of questions. He likes to come to me when he has all the information and he's ready to talk. I used to press him. Why won't you tell me? Why won't you talk to me? What are you hiding? What are you keeping? Why don't you trust me? Blah, blah, blah. And he, oh my gosh, that poor man, he was like, yo, girl, I cannot love this way. I cannot love this way. And I finally was like, oh, he can't love this way. Got it. All right, I got to take a shower. This is my last day in LA. Like I said, I fly home on the red eye tonight. I love you guys so much today. Have a great, great day.